Greetings, Sumerians. In the earlier tutorials we got introduced to Sumer, understood how to interpret the dashboard and market pages, and minted the multi-chain native synthetic assets on the Sumer protocol. In this tutorial, we'll understand how to borrow funds from the Sumer borrow markets. As all borrowing positions are collateralized, you will have to ensure that the deposited asset has to be enabled as a collateral to be able to borrow any funds from Sumer. Currently, we have 100 USDT deposited into the deposit market and a heterogeneous borrowing power of $80 available. A closer look at the My Liabilities section highlights one of the key distinctions of the Sumer lending and borrowing markets: homogeneous and heterogeneous collateral ratios. The user gets a variable borrowing power based on whether he is borrowing a homogeneous or heterogeneous asset in relation to the deposited asset. In the borrow markets, we can confirm the higher collateral rate of 90% for USDT, USDC, and BUSD being homogeneous assets to USDT, whereas heterogeneous assets ETH and WBTC have a lower collateral rate at 80%. In this tutorial, we'll borrow USDC from the borrow market. We recommend a safe borrowing limit of 80% across all assets within the Sumer lending and borrowing market. Any additional amount borrowed over 80% reduces the health factor of the position and significantly increases the chances of liquidation. We will borrow at the safety threshold of 80% for this tutorial. We have now successfully borrowed USDC at 80% safety borrowing limit from the Sumer borrow market. The borrow APY for USDC is 5% versus the deposit APY of 0.1% for USDT. This means the user has a negative APY and would pay interest over and above his interest earned through deposit. The net worth has also reduced by the factor of liabilities. The wallet balance showcases the higher USDC value on account of the borrowing. Once the user has fulfilled his requirement of borrowing USDC, he can repay the original principal plus interest accrued and close his position and liabilities. The first transaction will be to approve a spending cap allowance for USDC to the Sumer.Money market. The second transaction will be to repay the debt of USDC plus interest accrued to the Sumer.Money market. The repayment is successful and we'll see our liability section updated along with the total borrowing power, net worth, and the net APY.